All right, my people, how on a day today? Happy weekend to every one of you. Now, William Uchemba, now he can talk to Nigerians and the Nigerian government over what is currently happening in Nigeria right now. On this particular video, if you pay attention to it, you will learn a lot. He also went on by referencing to other countries who have zero tolerance for bad behavior. Other countries who have zero tolerance for corruption. You know, I would like us to listen to this video. It's quite long, then I'll come back to say more.
I have come to the conclusion with empirical facts and evidence that the reason why there will continue to be impunity in this country, the reason why people, and I'm not just talking about just the citizens, I'm also talking about the people in power as well. The reason why people can act the way they want to act and not care about anything. The reason why people will break the law, fix it and break it again, and behave unruly and, in a manner that is despicable in the eyes of people and not give a damn about what happens is because there are no severe consequences to people's actions. The reason why Nigeria will continue to be the way it is and people will be lackadaisical about the things they do is because there are no heavy consequences. South Korea is not only the cleanest country, but one of the safest country, not because the red blood that runs on our body does not run on their body. It's because South Korea have created a culture that if you leave your phone somewhere, pronto mamma, ci vediamo dopo, pensando dito. Yeah. Bye. The reason why South Korea will continue to be what it is because they have put laws that will be implemented. Do you know you can leave your phone in South Korea, right? You can leave your phone in South Korea and you come back the next day and it's still there. Do you know why? Because the consequences for taking what does not belong to you is 10 years in jail. Do you know that the China that we envy today and we say, oh, China, a beautiful country. Oh, China is this. Oh, have you seen China? Do you know that the reason why China is the way it is because they have a structure, a system that is heavy on everybody's consequences, that is heavy on people's action. Do you know that if you peddle with illicit drugs in China, the consequences for that is death? And I'm not talking about, they'll put you in jail and they'll use back. You will get lost. Oh, go and ask. Do you know that the consequences for taking what does not belong to you in China, the consequences for corruption, be you who, from the federal level down to the peasants, for the consequences for corruption is death. The reason why Nigeria will continue to be the type of country that people will do whatever it is they want to do is because what will people, I know this, I will only call, because it's the same us that will go to a place like the UK or America and will follow the queue. You can't jump queue. The same us that will see red lights on a traffic stop and will wait, even though we are late to what we are going to. Why? Because you know that if you run that red light, you're not only going to get fined by the cameras or the police hanging around, you might get arrested and put in jail because you're endangering the life of other people. So we sit up, boy, here, traffic light is decoration. What will happen? until we begin to put strong consequences for people's action and implement it. Because if I say this now, a lawyer will come out and say, but these things are in the constitution. Is it being implemented? Until we begin to do it, we are not serious as a country. The conversation is still the fact that we are lackadaisical as a country. After all, who is Nigeria competing with? That's the problem. We are too relaxed as a country. That is why some African countries have overtaken us. We think, oh, we are giant of Africa. Oh, aside from some industries and sectors that are making us proud, like the entertainment industry, the sports industry, every other thing is waiting. Make it just be like, say, the reason why the US is sitting up now and is doing what they are doing with their economic policies, is because they have a serious competitor, which is China. They can't sleep because those guys are not kidding. The reason why you see Saudi Arabia doing what they are doing now, pushing things, opening up their borders, opening up tourism, saying women can drive, doing all that, is because of what Dubai is doing. They have a healthy competition. Who is our competition? Who is our healthy competitor as a country? I don't think we've really looked at that. We just look at ourselves as, but if we must be the country we wish to see and our children will be proud of, we need to be strict on the consequences of people's action, both on the federal level, both people in government, both people, because it's in the hands of the poor man that power, that law works. Oh, yes. Because who does he know? What is he going to? But a big man, Oga, why you do that thing now? Because he's carrying big jeep. Let a small keke break law. You will see how they will double standards in the same country. We need to do better as a country is what I'm saying. If we must be taken serious by people on the outside, if we must be respected, that is why a man in China will come into this country and have the temerity and have the audacity to slap a Nigerian citizen because you opened an industry and you employ Nigerian citizens and you can slap and you feel nothing will happen. Something he can never try in his country. Why? Because he has one or two people in the payroll. What will happen? That is why people will come into this country, even though I have seen the police do good jobs with some of them that try to think that they can come into this, because they have a perception that Nigeria is where you come and misbehave. I mean, that I will give a little credit to the police, because I have seen some of them dealt with in a way that they didn't expect. You have a perception that once you come into Nigeria, you can do anything and get away with anything, and you will behave in an unruly manner as an outsider, something they know they cannot do in their country. We need to start putting these policies in place. And for our young people, we need to start giving. Of recent, I have noticed something, because since we are on it, we'll talk about it. I have noticed that everybody's talking about 2027. As if we have finished 2025 and 2026. Everybody is after, let 2027 come, they will do election. What about the woman that cannot feed in the village? Are you expecting her to wait? Because I have been privileged to play from the federal level. I have been privileged to have access of what goes on there. I've been privileged to play on the subnationals, the state level. And I have been privileged to mingle and play with people on the lowest of the lowest level in this country. If you follow me closely, some of these widows will build houses for. Some of these downtrodden we go to help. I see and I hear what they are saying. And this message is not just to the people in power. This message is also to the president. There is hunger in the land. Because there are two sides to this thing. People are genuinely hungry. People are genuinely dying of hunger. And this is not a statement, I'm not in politics. I have never identified as any person to say that it is politically motivated. It is not. I'm telling you for a fact that people are genuinely going through a lot in this country. People cannot pay bills, transportation. People cannot feed. Now, it used to be, I need money for house rent. Now, I need money to feed. I can say this because I am there. I play there. But on the other hand, I tell you firsthand that monies are being released from the federal level. Some state allocations have been doubled, even tripled. So I see billions and billions of naira coming from the federal level to the subnationals to reach to the down people to help. Because of the whole subsidy removal they removed. Because I'm like, okay, if this money is being removed, where are this money? And I noticed that, Mr. President, these monies are being released, but it doesn't get to the last people. The people is meant for, it doesn't get to them. Okay, one of the things I found out is that there is student loan. I didn't even know that there is student loan. They have made access for that for most students in Nigeria. How many of you have access to that? Why are you not holding your VC accountable? We need to start asking questions and stop looking at one side, because one of the office of the citizen of this country is to hold your leaders accountable, and not just only from the presidency, but starting from the ward chairman. Anybody that is holding public office, from the ward chairman to the local government chairman, to the governor, to the minister, to your House of Rep members, to your senator, down to your president, you have authority to demand to see them and have access to them. So if all these monies are being released to help solve the poverty problem, to help deal with all those things, what happens to that money in between and it doesn't get to the end? So there are two factors to this. There is the government that needs to checkmate to say, okay, while we are still trying to figure out how this economy will be fixed, something has to be done. There is that. But the ones you're releasing to the people that is meant for, is it getting to them? And everybody is talking about 2027. What about the market woman that cannot stock up her shop? What about the boy that cannot go to school now, today? Okay, I'm planning TXC, biggest tech event. The last one I did, we have over 30,000 people in attendance that registered. Now we are doing 50,000 capacity here in Abuja. We are giving almost 1,000 laptops to help SMEs and people in tech, 250 million in grants, 250 million in training scholarships. And it's just me, one person. And there are people I know that have been given resources to deal with these things, to handle some of these unemployment problems, to deal with some of these major economic issues we are having, major, the decay that is happening in the society, but yet they make sure that it does not get to the right people. We need to wake up and we need to make sure that we say things as it is. But until there are consequences, even in the space of the government, that can say, okay, if this person that was giving 100 million does not remit the money as it is, the person will do 10 years in jail. And you actually take the person in jail and it's all over the news. What has every other person who sit up? It breaks my heart, to be honest, because I'm one that don't believe in too much talk. I honestly believe in action. That is why you see me, I don't talk much on social media. There are people that is their job, they are activists, they are the ones that are supposed to raise these concerns. I see most of them and I commend what most of them are doing. But my life is designed to fix. I don't know how to talk too much. I fix. Okay, there's water problem here. What can I do with my little capacity to fix this thing? While we are waiting for everything to be perfect from the side of the government, what can we individually do? That is why my own quota is what I'm trying to do. And until we start holding people accountable, until we start holding the government accountable, until we citizens start holding ourselves accountable, we will not see the Nigeria we desire. Why Dubai will continue being what it is and even more is because there is a vision. What is the vision of Nigeria? What's our vision? No, I'm asking, what is our 100 years vision? I mean, yeah, Dubai, the monarchical system helps them because if Bin Rashid Al Maktoum decides to join his ancestors tomorrow, his son has a blueprint of what Dubai is supposed to be in 150 years. He doesn't go another way because Bin Rashid follows his father's own and his son will follow his own. But we are in a country now where if a new government comes in, the old government project, I have my own vision. So billions and trillions of naira that was invested in that government is gone. Money borrowed is gone. Because a new leader that has a new fresh 8 years agenda have come. Until we have a 100 years vision and follow that blueprint, and it will be jointly put together. God will help us. You know what? God won't help us because that statement have actually ruined a lot of things and it has made us to stop doing what we are supposed to do. I think God has done the best he can by giving us a good land, green land. South Korea is a $1.8 trillion economy. They don't have any natural resources, no mineral resources. Do you know that South Korea is what it is because of what they built with their hands? Is a high export industrialization economy. A second thing that boosts their economy is technology. That's where Samsung came from. That is where Kia, that is where most of these technologies used around the world. From them. The third one is high literacy. These are things they did themselves because they didn't have. We've been blessed with our ground is so green. We've been blessed with so many natural and mineral resources. We've been blessed with talented people. Nigerians are one of the most talented people you can ever come across the world. Go and see a Nigerian outside of Nigeria and see how good that person is. Most of the people doing excellently well in different parts of the world in this country are Nigerians. Go and check. So what is that thing that somebody here will be doing and they are not appreciated? And once they step out of the shore of this country, they are being appreciated by the rest of the world. With all these blessings, we have refused to harness and to nurture and to stay together as a country, united to say, okay, we might be from different tribes, we might be from different, but we are being held by this one thing. This is our passports that holds us together. This is our national anthem that both Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, everybody. Why can't we come together and harness and say, okay, let's have one vision for the country? This one is not it's our turn to do. No, let there be one vision. And this vision will capture everybody. Everybody's regional development. God will not help us. Again, that's a lie from the pits of hell. God has done everything they need to do for Nigeria. Nigerian president is one of the most powerful presidents in the world. Oh, you don't know? God will not help us. It is time for us to help ourselves. It is time for us to develop our country. It is time for us to come up and say, okay, enough is enough. Our other countries have left us behind. Go and see what is happening in Shenzhen. Go and see. We are 50 years behind. And what we are here talking about is irrelevant things that does not help anybody. Now, I'm now at that point in my life where I'm saying, is there a future? But there is. I have hope, serious hope for this country. But we all collectively need to have that one vision and follow that vision, and we will see the Nigeria that we want. So let's stop saying God will help us. Let's start saying, let's help ourselves.
Okay, let's address this. Let's assume, say, Nigeria is a country where if you do something, you'll be penalized. Hopefully, like the way it be before, tele, where they will catch criminals, armed robbers, they book one Saturday, where they buy them. They'll come tie them for drum. I don't know whether many of you remember those years, during the time of them, Amini, Osumbo, and many others. Yes, on Saturday, they will tie them for drum. They'll come Europe, tie them. You know, they'll put time, date, where they want to buy them. Everybody go to watch out for TV. If you go the feed, go watch them. You know, although we never to grow like that time. But yes, we grew to understand more of the story. And at the end of the day, my people, during that time, there was a lot of sanitization, you know, against wrongdoings. But this time around, wrongdoings have become a normal way of life. Where you see somebody whole plane, they give them ambassador. Somebody slap air style. They are considering or contemplating giving her ambassador. Where you go see anybody go beat anybody, anything can happen in the country and you get away with it, depend on your status. Or if your papa name, the open window. When we continue like this, we are not going anywhere. Where you see politicians can steal, loot, and reloot at any time they like, and nobody can hold them accountable. Where you see a politician will rule as a governor or a president or any kind of political office, whatever they do, nobody probes them. For example, in my state, I'll continue to reference to that. When Obaseki came into power, he promised to probe Oshomole 3 times. He failed woefully and he could not probe Oshomole because Oshomole later threatened him on the 3rd time, allegedly, that if he probed him, he will be implicated. Then Obaseki entered house. Enough he probed Oshomole till he left office. For 8 years he was in office. Okpebolo came in now, have promised to probe Obaseki. As you and I are speaking right now, everything all died down. What about many other states in Nigeria where governor comes in, their predecessor, they don't chase them. President comes in, his predecessor, they don't chase them. It's crazy. Before Buhari died, no learning we were. Nobody probed him, or none of his cabinets was probed. You see that the problem we have in Nigeria is huge. You see Yahoism now, criminality everywhere in Nigeria, and the reason why this is trendy and is continually growing is because they look at the politicians, how they are stealing from the Commonwealth. And nothing is happening. And then, if they have the money, they've stolen enough, they have enough money to buy their way out of court or whatever problem that comes to them. You see, most of our girls right now in Nigeria are now into poloshoism, popularly known as prostitution. A lot is going on because of this little thing that you normally say, it not concern me, it not concern me, it not concern. Yes, they concern all of us already. What do I know? This is NAIJA Watch Media. Join us every day, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Let's continue to talk about the things that affect you and I. Take care, guys, and bye for now.